Hello everybody, welcome back to USPW, United States Professional Wrestling. We are here in Total Extreme Wrestling 2016 on public beta patch number 7 still. I'm recording this a bit after the introduction, so if there's a new patch, that'll be out. This will probably be out, this video will probably be out when the game is released. Like the full game where you can buy everything, so we won't be a public beta anymore. Probably it might get released before that. It might. I don't know. Anyways, I have this up here because reasons, and because I didn't want to show you the office or the locker room because, well, there were things in there that could spoil a thing or two about a thing or two. Anyways, let's get on with the show. So, in a decent pre-show match, Enigma and James Justice defeated the Cold Warriors in 8:21 when Crusher Karloff intentionally got disqualified while fighting James Justice. In terms of in-ring work, Enigma was head and shoulders above everyone else. Good job, Enigma. That is good news. Complete change, and the Comrade gimmick got very good. That is good. Peter Novak is improving in performance skills, and watch him get popped for steroids. And a music video is shown to promote Natural Storm. That's really all that it is. And this is a freestyle segment called Nicky Champion Promo on Steve Freely, featuring Nicky Champion and Steve Freely off screen. So what this is freestyle angles. They are new in TEW 2016. They're basically the angle writer, but it comes out with a very generic saying like this. Most of the angles, in fact all the angles on the actual show, are freestyle angles because they're just so much easier to book. Basically what I do is I select the people in the angle, in the segment. I select what they're rated on. I select their storyline success, whether it's major success, minor success, or they get like major defeat or whatever. I get to select the injury risk, and I get to select if they're on screen or off screen, and I can then say what happens here. So basically, Nicky Champion is cutting a promo, basically saying he needs to win his title back. That without the title, he doesn't know who he is anymore. Ever since losing it, ever since being pinned cleanly by Steve Freely, he doesn't know who he is anymore. And he needs to fight Steve Freely. He needs to win. Very low experience, poor announcing. These will probably be fixed next week, hopefully. Anyways, it's got a bonus for being a good start to the show. This is crowd management that I'm using. The angle got the show off to a strong start, and the angle got the crowd hotter, which is good. I keep forgetting, like, some storyline names. Anyways, we have Elijah Harris here, and he is... Okay, that's good to know, so... Emily, well, Danny, you're not going to be on the announcer tables next week anyways. But, this right here, I used the hire local feature, so I hired Elijah Harris because he had good selling. I filtered for good selling, and we're in the Southeast. So I signed him up for a one-night deal, and he's jobbing out to Rick Law. And a 42D, not exactly a great match. Elijah Harris is 52 and was most definitely on time decline, most likely. But Rick Law had a good performance, and Elijah Harris did terrible in that, but he was probably just taking punches and the long arm of the law and all that. 4 minutes. Elijah Harris was penalized for not being able to use Spinal Impact moves, and so was Rick Law. So, Spinal Impact moves are like power drivers and brain busters and such. Odd face heel combination because I forgot to turn Elijah, whatever, and was penalized / capped for short match lengths. Okay. Basically, because US Pro is a very family-friendly product, and reasons because safety plays a much bigger part in the game now, you can actually tell your workers that they cannot use Spinal Impact moves or high-risk moves in the product. I have high-risk moves set to they can use them, but they can't use Spinal Impact moves. Not being able to use Spinal Impact moves does limit the match itself in a probably in a small way because I don't know how big that penalty is. I'm hoping it's not too big, and it allows for the workers to use safer moves, and it's less likely that there's going to be a botch or an injury in a match, which is very important. And now Rick Law is in a promo. He's cutting a promo on Trent Shaver, basically saying, I want a rematch. I deserve a rematch. I need a rematch. Let me have a rematch. And he's saying, you will pay for your crimes. And this angle got the crowd hotter, which is good. Don Gemmell helped Rick Law in this segment, which is good. Got a 79B. And again, the announcing quality was penalized for very low experience. Next week, I'm hiring an announcer who has medium experience with Emily McQueen. So there's that. So we won't get penalized for very low experience. And here is actually something that should have gotten a lot better, I think. 83B plus. This is actually disappointing. So, a freestyle segment called "A Video of Tyson Bane and T-Rex Being Scary and Taunting the Force," featuring Tyson Bane, T-Rex, and the Force off screen. So basically, Tyson Bane and T-Rex are just in a video together. They're like in a pre-made video package, and they'll be like, "Yeah, we're gonna beat you again, the Force. You can't beat us. Yeah," and they're being all scary and menacing and stuff. 6 minutes, road agent, no road agents, hot crowd. T-Rex was penalized for a poor gimmick. The high heat of the storyline helped it. Storylines are also different this year. I feel like this is a very tutorial-esque series, and it's going to be a tutorial-ish series as we find new things in things. So basically, because the storyline Smash of the Titans has high heat, the segment got a boost because of that. And that this segment in turn boosts the storyline heat. And yeah, again, penalized for very low experience. That is a shame. That's going to be a penalty all episode. And here in a decent match, the Titans defeated the Running Wolf and Freddie Datsun in 5:59 when Tyson Bane defeated Running Wolf by pinfall with a double chokeslam. In terms of in-ring work, Tyson Bane was head and shoulders above everyone else. So Tyson Bane carried the match. Fair enough. Freddie Datsun sustained a blown eardrum. That's probably a very minor injury, and he'll be back by next week's show. It's good. 57, 54, 46 for T-Rex. So T-Rex is bad. 63. Thank you, Captain USA. 60. That was a 62, and this is a 75B minus. A freestyle segment called. And then here, T-Rex and Tyson, after their video, show a video of them beating down the Force backstage. So, again, this was not good. How long was it? Oh, it was only a minute. Oh, I forgot to make it 6 minutes, that's why. Okay. That's understandable. Bit disappointing. Here we have Rich Money defeating El Medico Jr. in 5:44 by pinfall to Dollars for Remembrance. So, El Medico Jr. is a guy I signed. I'm also signing another guy to be his teammate, but El Medico signed first, and the other guy's already signed to another contract, so he needs to wait 7 days when he does sign. So, yeah, El Medico Jr. is just jobbing out to Rich Money here. Rich Money carried the match. It was an 86 rating, but El Medico did a 36. I mean, El Medico's a good worker, and that has to be done because of his popularity, and because he was basically just selling the entire match. So, as you can see here, that only penalty for El Medico and Rich Money was not being able to use the Spinal Impact move. So they're both really good wrestlers. They didn't even hold back. That's awesome. It was a well-executed squash. El Medico is a good worker. I'll talk about him later at some point. A freestyle segment called Rich Money taunts Chris Caulfield before his match. So Chris Caulfield has a match next, and Rich Money is taunting him. And Rich Money invented a new catchphrase. Look at that. Shout out to Nicky, who has an event starting. 2 events. They're the same name. Anyways, Rich Money's basically taunting Chris Caulfield, and he creates a catchphrase, because catchphrases. And I imagine, I know one line that he says in this promo that money is a dangerous weapon. I don't think that's the catchphrase, but it could be. And actually, why not? Why not make that the catchphrase? That's a very good catchphrase. So, I mean, it works. It works for him. So this was a good segment, 87B plus. Next segment we go. In a decent match, Chris Caulfield defeated Dusty DuConte in 808 by pinfall with a danger drop. Dusty and his manager have great chemistry that is preset in the database, which is cool. And it makes sense because of their bios. Worker improvements, no worker improvements, booking details. So, road agent notes, I made this to tell a story. The story was that Chris Caulfield's old and Dusty DuConte is a big man. So basically, Dusty DuConte beats down the old veteran Chris Caulfield during the match until Chris Caulfield can make the comeback and beat Dusty DuConte. Very simple story, terrible story on it probably, but whatever, it works. 62C. And then in 86B plus, Steve Freely is interviewed and cuts a bit of a promo and then shows a video of him beating down, not beating down, but of him beating Nicky Champion at the pay-per-view, at the October pay-per-view for the championship. This gets an 86B plus. Deserves better announcing and better color commentary. Dan and Gillespie, you suck. The storyline advances. Very hot crowd, good momentum. Yep, everything. This was a bit of a cool-down match, and it worked. I didn't say calm the crowd down, but it did its job. It cooled the crowd down a bit, probably. Done to a very hot crowd. It's going to take a while for me to get used to the crowd management, but I think I'm getting the hang of it a bit. And then a freestyle thing called Just Thompson talking about... Okay, forgot to say the talking about, but Just Thompson is being interviewed before his match, and he's basically saying he's the complete package. He should be the star. And we have a gimmick trade, so... Okay, I'm changing him to Ravishing, apparently. And it got great. That is good. Great gimmick. I like that. Then we have a tag team match here. In a decent match, Steam is lighting up yellow. Casey Valentine and Josh Thompson defeated the Tower of the Powers in 10:29 when Josh Thompson defeated Danny Rushmore by pinfall with a clean cutter. So, Josh Thompson is all ravishing and such. Everyone carried their weight. That's good. Mick Muscle's improving in performance. Casey Valentine improving in performance. And Josh Thompson improving in Rumble. That is good. Dirt sheet. Can't imagine there are a decent amount of penalties. Inconsistencies, declining physical ability, poor gimmick for Casey Valentine, and I'll need to fix that. Inconsistency for Josh Thompson, and very little experience. That's a really good match for these four. I'm impressed. And then Trent Schaefer tells Rick Law that he would never get another shot at his title. That's basically it. Very low experience again. Very hot crowd, 79B. Warming the crowd back up for this The Force promo, which is holy hell. The Force tells the Titans that they will feel the Force. Basically taunting and calling out the Titans who beat him down earlier, who beat him down before the show and showed a video of it during the show. 87B plus, really good promo from The Force. Did not expect that. And then the main event, which is a little disappointing, Steve Freely defeated Andre Jones in 16-14 by pinfall with the Freely's Comet. They both improved in performance skills. Dirt sheet, unable to use Spinal Impact moves, poor gimmick, good momentum for Steve Freely, that's good. Penalized for inconsistency, very low experience. But the end of the show goes insanely hot. Very hot crowd, gets a 100. So basically, in this segment, Nicky Champion challenges Steve Freely to a match at the pay-per-view for the title and demands an answer next week. That's the end of the show. The show gets an 83B plus, no specific comments to be made about the show. So we don't gain popularity. Our company's popularity is at 85, but we also don't lose popularity, which is good. Basically, the game now apparently has something where as long as you're getting 80s and above, you will never lose popularity, because those are still considered good shows and shows that shouldn't really lose your popularity, which I like. Which is why, even though we're 2 points below our popularity level, we didn't lose any popularity. We didn't gain any because we didn't beat our popularity, but we didn't lose any, which is good. Anyways, guys, this video has already gone for about 15 minutes, I will see you guys at the main title screen. And we are back. At the main title screen, Freddie Dodson was injured. He is going to be working through it. Alright, fair enough. 21 CW booking plans. Good for you. 5-star got a thing. And Kenna Shockey is back. He is bad, but he is big and menacing. Roar. Roar. He is not popular. So we will not sign him. Emails. Duck Avatar Rival bid. Well, we already signed him. Drug test fees. 41,000. Good God. Yes, and of course, as I suspected, Petr Novak is popped for drugs. Let's fine him. Nothing noteworthy. Don't look at that. Don't you look at that. Don't look at that either. Alright, fine, you can look at this. So we've signed Marv Stadler, we've also signed Dean Waldorf, we've signed Ricky DeColt, we've also signed Mr. Lucha 3. Yes, Mr. Lucha 3 is going to be El Medico's partner, whatever. So that's going to be it. We signed these few workers for development. Ant-Man, Brock Cormish, Drake Young, Foxy Laru, Fro Shore. Yes, these two have afros. I sent Fro Shore down to the heel to get work on his heel rating, which is a 34, not the greatest. Jack Avatar, I sent him down to the face because he's 100 babyface, so there's 19 heels. There's no real reason trying to turn that up. He'll just be a good old American boy face guy. Joffrey Lane, we sent him down to the heel. Drake Young, we sent him down to the face. Drake Young is great at the thing called entertaining the crowd. For sure, the reason we signed him, well, you know him from Putty's MAW series, but he has real good star quality, good charisma, and everything. Jack Avatar, we signed him because he's got amazing star quality, decent charisma, and should be able to develop, hopefully, because it says one area can be dramatically improved. Hopefully, he gets better at a lot of things. Joffrey Lane, good star quality, decent star quality, good charisma. Ant-Man, decent. I think that's going to be it for this episode. Because I don't really go... Because I've already hired everyone... I've already sent out contracts to everyone I want to hire at this point. There's no real reason to go out and be like, hey, I want to hire this guy. So, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you all liked it. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next episode of the USPW series and Total Extreme Wrestling 2016. Bye!